Welcome everyone to another episode of Joe Steve Vids. I'm your host, Joe C. And in this episode, I want to talk about something that I've always wanted to talk about for a long time here on YouTube, and that's anime piracy. When I started watching anime, I started watching it on TV. Digimon and Pokemon were the first animes to get me into it. Later on, I got myself a computer and started surfing the World Wide Web, and I started watching anime on the internet, and it was good. But what I didn't know was that I was watching anime on illegal websites, and over time I I learned about the industry. I learned how they licensed anime from Japan to North America, internationally. And when I learned, that the industry, depends solely on the fans, I made that conscious decision over time to stop going to these illegal websites because I want to contribute to the industry, the anime industry. Um, these illegal websites, they're, how would you say, they're not doing it the right way. As a matter of fact, they're just pirating. And if people, it's fans that go to these websites that kind of do damage. It's not only the people that actually upload the episodes from maybe Japan, put it on a torrent site, put it on a download site, or just stream it illegally. Those are the people that actually go to these illegal websites. Now there are several reasons why they probably go to these illegal websites. Maybe it's an excuse, maybe it's a reason. One of them is that anime is expensive. When you get into any hobby, hobby isn't gonna be cheap. Anime isn't cheap. Well, it is cheap, but it's not dirt cheap. That's what I was trying to say. It's not dirt cheap, but it is cheap. You have to go around. Maybe there are some stores. Um, there are some stores around. Best Buy, FYE. You know, but mostly everybody does their shopping online, and I've done my shopping on rightstuff.com. Rightstuff.com. I also shopped at robertsanimecornerstore.com. Yeah, and I know that Amazon.com also is a reliable source for anime. People saying that the anime is expensive. I don't know if they're using that, excuse me, as an excuse or as a reason. But I think they are using it as an excuse. Anime isn't too cheap, but at the same time, it's really, really cheap. You just gotta look at the right places. You have to look at the right places. Um, I go to Right Stuff. I got Tenchi Muyo 26 episodes for $29.99. I mean, that's cheap. Yeah, that's not dirt cheap, but that's cheap. You know, Yorioshi, 2 seasons for $37.99. Rightstuff.com. I mean, come on, you can't beat that price. And then uh, Black Lagoon, 2 seasons worth of Black Lagoon, Blu-ray DVD, $32.99. If that's not cheap, then you're just using that as an excuse just to go to these legal websites. I mean, seriously, especially in the United States. I know some countries, it's understandable that in some countries, it's hard to legally get anime. And importing it from Japan is even harder for in some countries. I understand, I know there's some companies in Europe that show anime legally, and I believe in Australia. For the rest of the world, it's not so easy. So sometimes they have to import anime, and even at that, importing anime to their country is really difficult. So they have no other means than to go the illegal way, and it's kind of sad. But um, for the people here in the United States, there should be no excuse. No excuse for anyone to go to these illegal websites. Um, what I mean by illegal websites is there are websites, there are download sites, and then there are torrent sites. And what they do is they basically gather anime and they just put it on their site. But the thing is, they don't go to the proper channels. They don't sign contracts. They don't go to the Japanese licensor. They don't go to the production companies. They don't ask permission. They just take it and they steal. That's what they're doing. They're stealing revenue. This is the thing. They're stealing revenue from companies, especially in the United States, that benefit. That that money could benefit for them. I mean, you got Funimation, you got Viz Media, Media Blasters, Sentai Filmworks, Discotech Media, New Video Group, I believe, that they actually license anime and they distribute it for the people in North America. And Aniplex, I left Aniplex last, and I'll get to that in a second. But those companies, they bring anime over here to America so the fans can see it. And I know the fans are happy, but at the same time, there's a certain amount of fans who just go to those illegal websites. And another reason why they probably go to those illegal websites because I can't wait for an anime. I want to see it. It's like if they wait for an anime or an episode, it's gonna kill them. And the first thought that comes to my mind is seriously, you can't wait. You can't wait for an episode to come out because not only do these companies in North America license animes for home video release, they also sometimes will put them on streaming sites. Hulu, Crunchyroll, Funimation's Elite Video Subscriber. They even show up for free. Anime Network, same thing. And they just can't wait. It's hard to understand, but at the same time, it's kind of I wouldn't say disgraceful, but it's sad. You know, I always say this. I always think it's true. I don't wanna, but I think it's true. Anime fans just don't have the patience. Anime fans just don't have the patience to wait for an anime or an episode to stream on a legal source. And there's a big gap between an anime premiere in Japan and it coming home video in North America. Um, it's kind of a disgrace because again these fans just don't have the patience. What's so hard about waiting for a certain anime if they de-license the anime that you wanted? Wait for it to come out on home video. I mean I know it may take a year or more, but hey, it's worth it. And the patience I guess it just kills them. They can't wait. They get all jittery. Oh, I want to see it now. I want to see it now. So they go to the legal websites, and just just by going to those illegal websites, you're not supporting the series at all. And it's sad. You know, um, I know companies handle their licenses different. You know, um, Funimation, they go up to a certain title, they stream it, and if the numbers for the stream are good enough, they'll get the home video rights, possibly releasing DVD or DVD Blu-ray. But the one thing is patience. And if you don't have the patience, why are you an anime fan in the first place? I mean, I understand you like it, but patience. You're just damaging the industry already. Another reason why anime fans, I guess, go to these websites, it's free. They have all of these animes on one site. Yeah, and instead of just going to see one anime on one site, then they have to, if they want to see another anime, they have to go to another site. No, they go to these big websites because all of these animes are on one site. And that's good and all, but still, it's hurting the industry. You're damaging the industry. And just by going to these sites, it's sad. Because all that revenue to go to Santa Filmworks, Funimation. You just spend your money, save up your money. That's another thing. I don't have any money. You know, save up money, get a job. Most importantly, save up money. And if you want to watch anime for free, go to Anime News Network. Go to Hulu.com. And if you can't afford to get Blu-ray DVD, Hulu.com, $7.99 a month. That's dirt cheap. You buy a cup of coffee with that. $7.99 a month. You say that's expensive, you're really off your rocker. Seriously, that is not expensive. $7.99 dirt cheap. That is dirt cheap. That $7.99 a month Hulu Plus. $7.99 a month Hulu Plus. You can watch on your PS3. You can watch it at Xbox 360. You can even watch it on your laptop or your computer. But if you say that's expensive, you're off your rocker. Seriously, that is dirt cheap. Yeah. These illegal websites just don't do any justice. I mean, seriously, people here, the fans. I mean, if you're a fan, you know, you just stop going to these illegal websites altogether and go to Funimation or the Anime Network. Shop at rightstuff.com. Post links in the description. By the way, you know, there's so many legal sources here in the United States that there should be no excuse for anyone to go to these illegal websites. Here's an example. Funimation licensed an anime called Case Closed. Japan is known as Detective Conan, but here they renamed it Case Closed. The initial release was in single volumes, but then a few years later they released them in season sets. I don't know if it was the fact that they just didn't want to buy the initial releases or they wanted to wait till season sets came out, but over time, I guess Funimation didn't see the sales, and now because of that, Case Closed in North America is not going to be it's not going to be dubbed anymore. And that's the fans' fault. There may be some fans who blame Funimation, but Funimation can only do so much. But it's on you. You want to see more. You wanted to see more Case Closed. You could have just bought the DVDs. No, you had to go to these illegal websites just because it's free. You know, and that's the one thing that kind of hurts. Now there are fans that ask about, when are you gonna dump more seasons? When are you gonna dump more Case Closed? And the thing they don't understand is the fact that there isn't gonna be more Case Closed here in North America. Because you know why? Because you went to these illegal sites and you decided to watch Case Closed over there in the legal site instead of just showing Funimation that, hey, I want to see more Case Closed. I'll buy the DVD. In that case, you have no one to blame but yourself, you anime fans. You go to these legal websites when I understand at the time when Case Closed started coming out, there wasn't any legally or legal streaming sites. Could have saved money. Could have bought the DVDs. $24 wasn't much. But you decided to go to these illegal websites, and because of your actions, look at what happened. Case Closed is going to continue. And for those of you who say that Case Closed is going to continue, you better take your butt to Google and do some research, because obviously you don't know how the anime industry works. This is how the majority of fans don't understand how the anime industry works, and that's the one thing. It's easy for them to Google any anime website, go to it, go to watch anime. But in terms of learning about the industry, they're lazy. You know, it takes money for an anime, especially here in the United States. If you want to support anime, these companies buy the DVDs, buy the Blu-rays. it's not only here in the United States, but it's also in Japan. Piracy is a big thing over in Japan too, but it seems like it's a bigger thing here in the United States. It probably goes both ways. Piracy is both United States and Japan. So it's really sad. Yeah. And the one thing that kind of ticks me off is even though people are buying the DVDs and Blu-rays, they're still going to these illegal websites. For what? You have Hulu, you have Crunchyroll, you have Funimation's Elite Video Subscriber, you have the Anime Network. You could subscribe to those. They're dirt cheap. Why do you have to go to these legal websites? These legal websites do nothing but harm. That viewership or that revenue could go to Funimation or Center Filmworks or Vids or Media Blasters. But no, they rather go to illegal websites and damage the industry. I mean, look at what happened to Bandai. Look what happened to ADV Films, Genyang. They all closed down. I will be for kids because their audience is different. But either way, illegal websites just don't do any good whatsoever. They don't do any good for the industry. They don't benefit the industry. They damage the industry. And these fan subbers, they're the ones that are uploading the episodes onto their websites or these are torrent sites. Think about the people who worked on the anime. Directors, producers, the VAs. What about them? No, it's about who could upload the episode the fastest. That's what they care about, and that's sad. Yeah. So for you people who here in the United States, there should be no excuse, no, none, zilch, no excuse whatsoever for you to go to these illegal websites, because your viewership save money. You could get this. Save money. You get a whole bunch of this. Blu-ray DVDs. You can save money. You know. And I subscribe to Hulu. $7.99 a month. If you say that's expensive, you're off your rocker. There is no excuse here in the United States for fans to go to these illegal websites. For what? What do you go to these illegal websites for? For what? What, just to damage the industry? What, you can't wait for a certain episode to come out? You can't wait? What? All talk, no patience? These illegal websites don't do any good for the industry. So there should be no excuse for anyone here in the United States, especially fans, to go to these illegal websites. None. Just stop. Because sooner or later, it may not be tomorrow, it may not be next year, it may not be a few years, but one day there isn't going to be any more anime here in the United States. And you're going to get the blame. Because you're not buying you're not buying anime from Funimation, Sentai Filmworks, Vids, Media Blasters. You're just not supporting those companies, period. And even if you're still buying anime, but at the same time you're still going to these illegal websites, stop. Just stop. Spend your hard-earned money on stuff like Hulu Plus, $7.99 a month. Come on, don't be cheap, because that's what your anime fans are being. Those anime fans that actually go to these illegal websites, you're being cheap. You're not contributing to these voice actors, these ADR directors, these everyone who works on those North American companies who work their butts off just to actually spread the word and sell you these animes. Don't be cheap. Stop going to these illegal websites and buy anime. Support the industry and stop being cheap. Till next time. Peace.